What did they do?
They lost.
Oh, the Cavs lost to the Knicks.
The Knicks, yeah.
I was reading again. Donovan Mitchell's homecoming, and I didn't know what they meant. Is he from New York?
Yes.
Okay.
I think so.
Because he didn't play for New York.
No.
He played for Utah. Anywho, Cavs lose 81-92 in New York against the Knicks. They're back here at home to play with LeBron and the Lakers tomorrow night, 7:30 is your tip-off here on MMS. If you cannot go a single evening without Cleveland sports, you can hear the Cleveland Charge versus the Windy City Bulls at the Wolstein Center tonight on NEO Sports Radio on the iHeartRadio app. Well, listen, maybe it'll be working for you later on. Nevertheless, Cavs tomorrow night here at home. Does LeBron still get a nice reception when he's in town?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's mixed, but I think people show up specifically for him because he's still LeBron. And
yeah. Even in a season like this?
I mean, they're starting to get back on track.
Okay.
I think they're around 500. Anthony Davis is having monster games. He had like a 50-point game the other night. He had a 40-point game the game before that. They beat the Bucks on Friday, so they're starting to gel a little bit, those Lakers.
Boy, people were really passing around that Steph Curry video. There's a video that went around of Steph Curry making 5 consecutive full-court shots. It was very clearly doctored.
Yeah.
But, boy, people, because they were like, hey, if there's anybody else, I would have thought twice. But still fun, you know. Yeah, if you're the guy who makes something like that and you pass it around, you make people feel good for a little while. Nothing wrong with that. You can be making people feel all right. We're going to have people up here at the window later on testing their air guitar skills against our own Mary Santora today. Who's all mellowed out. She's all ready.
I'm really excited to see the turnout we get and just see people go head-to-head with Mary because I know how serious she takes this. And,
point of pride, really.
And, how she's just putting it all on the line.
I am.
What are the stakes for you?
Oh, pride, ego.
Reputation?
Reputation,
Is there reputational stakes here?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I'm known as the best Mary guitarist around. I invented it.
As a guitar hero aficionado, and from what we've been told, pretty skilled.
Yeah.
There's a lot of yellow, yellow, blue, blue, green, green, red.
Orange.
Orange. Yeah, so anyway, around 4:20, we'll hopefully have a considerable number of people up here at the window who want to. We'll have Poundcake out there so he can introduce us to people, and you'll be able to hear us. We're out in the monitors today instead of Christmas music.
I think you were out on the monitors last time, and you were still pretty low. So I'm going to bring my headphones this time just in case I have to plug it in.
Yes, I would like you to have your headphones.
Okay.
Just in case. Right.
Ask Rob to crank it up.
Yeah, man.
Because there was a truck, literally.
It's too loud, you're too old.
There was a truck there the entire time, and the moment we got done, it pulled away.
Yep.
We'll see what weird thing happens today. But that's the fun of these things, is seeing how it can go all wrong.
I was dropping my daughter off at school this morning, as I do each morning, and I'm drop her at the door, and I'm walking back, and there's other parents dropping their kids off, big line of cars. And this kid jumps out of his car and gets about 30 or 40 paces from this car and turns around and goes, Mom, do I have to eat the hummus? So clearly she had, unless that's some kind of first grade euphemism that I'm unfamiliar with, and Lord knows I'm largely unfamiliar with all the first grade euphemisms, but I took that to mean that his mom she's trying to do right by him. She's like, hey, listen, this is good for you. It's chickpeas. I got some baby carrots in there, some celery. It's good for you. And all he wants, back in the day, you were trading for stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That was, I know this kid's pain. Those were my lunches. Peanut butter and honey sandwich.
Ugh.
That was my lunch.
I don't mind that.
Baby carrots. That was my lunch. You know how hard it is? You want to know why I'm good at what I do? Because I had a childhood full of convincing people that baby carrots were an awesome trade for Twinkies. That's how I got that's my name. I'm Alec Baldwin in Glengarry, Glen Ross, for Christ's sake. This watch cost more than you made last year, and you drove here in a Hyundai, I think is what he tells Ed Harris. By the time I got to 8th grade, it was unbelievable what I had done over the years for lunches, trading with people. Every other kid in there, hey, I'll trade you Doritos for a Lil Debbie. Yeah, that sounds good. Maybe I want the salty and not the sweet. Pikers, that's nothing. You do what I had to do, where I'm trading the contents of a hippie lunch and trying to, that you'll see those videos online of people where there's like the guy who will start with the paperclip and he barters his way to the Mona Lisa.
He does that. They do that in the office. Jim does that.
It's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
You just find
Dwight, I'm sorry.
somebody who finds something you need and you barter up and up and up and up and up.
Mm-hmm.
But then Dwight ends up with beans again.
He comes all the way back to beans.
beans.
Well, that's what I ended up with. That's what this kid had. His were of the garbanzo variety. He's like, do I have to eat the hummus? And the mom goes, no. But she's doing her best, trying to get him to eat the hummus. And I don't know what she gave him with it. Maybe nothing. Maybe he had to finger his way through the hummus.
Raw dog and hummus.
Well, people do it with peanut butter.
Scooping.
People stick their friggin' fingers in a thing of peanut butter.
I don't like that.
I don't
Why
like
not?
that either.
No, of
If
course
it's my
not.
peanut
What are you,
butter,
a
I'd do it.
savage? If it's yours, do whatever you want. If you're keeping it
Not
under
even
your
if
bed,
it's yours. I don't,
it's
Get a spoon.
yeah. Well,
Put it on bread.
the bread is fine. Put it on bread. Yes.
Sometimes you just want something sweet and you don't want anything to interrupt that. You're like, this will do.
Yeah, but peanut butter's not sweet.
It's
nutty.
nutty. Savory. It's both.
It's got sugar.
It's
Well, it has sugar in it, but if somebody goes, I want something sweet, the answer is never peanut
I
butter.
think of a Reese cup.
well,
So,
that's the chocolate.
but it has peanut butter in the middle. And
Yes, I'm aware
You
of
would-
the makeup of a. You got your chocolate in my peanut butter. No, you got your peanut butter in my chocolate.
But you wouldn't say once you bite into a Reese, it's not sweet. It's still
Yeah, but it's
sweet.
also not correct. I'll take your point. But what I'm saying is, it's not like that's full peanut butter in there. It's like super sugared peanut butter mash that's got chocolate all around it.
Okay.
If you made your own, like people do it, they go, I make my own peanut butter cups. Like that's a great thing, A lot of people who like want to
So
make their
annoyed.
own stuff all the time.
So
It's like,
annoyed by everybody. Can they take pride in making their own peanut butter cup?
in what way? You know how much you got to spend in materials to make your own crap when you could go get a superior version for half the money? I've never understood people who are like, I spent 9 times the money making my own when I could have just bought it.
Well,
then-
John Heffron said
then
that.
go buy
Yeah.
it.
When he was in here, he's like, we spent $15,000 on a chicken coop, and we got, $2 eggs out of it. Like,
It's chicken coop.
right.
There's a new show on Netflix where chefs are supposed to recreate snacks. And the first episode is the only one I've watched yet, but it was trying to make flaming hot Cheetos. And you just can't do it. You
No.
can't make these snacks.
Not as good.
Oh, no.
These companies,
Not even close.
these companies employ food scientists, which a lot of people don't even realize is a thing. Food scientists.
One of the people competing was a food scientist.
There
Now
you
they only
go.
have an hour, so that
Yeah, I
makes
can't
it
do
a little
much in an
difficult.
hour. Right.
Little difficult, but still, they're not even getting close.
Right. Yeah, they've got these formulas down. They've R&D'd this crap within an inch of its life, so it hits exactly the receptors in your brain that will keep you going back for more. Ain't nobody making peanut butter cups in their kitchen that are hitting the same receptors. And you take a bite. I mean, you want to be nice. It's good. Because chocolate and peanut butter are never bad. But you're like, it's good. But
That's a flavor I don't
then
care for.
they got to ask you. They never leave well enough alone, people that make their own stuff. They never leave well enough alone. They got to ask you. Is it as good? Oh, God. Why did you ask me that? I was ready. I took a bite, smiled, nodded.
Mm-hmm.
I was ready to just make my way and have enjoy the rest of my day. And you had to ask me.
There's nothing I find more annoying than when someone's bragging about their family recipe and they don't understand that it is really just tied to their family, like their nostalgia. Because there's so many times, my mom, she makes the best sauce. You're never gonna. She works all day on it, and you have it, and you go, okay, it's okay. It's okay. No, it's the best. No, it's fine. It's okay sauce.
Well, I do
Not
like
doing the thing that you think it's doing.
Yeah, but I do like that is preferable to eating something when you're grown up and the recipe doesn't hold up, and you go, "Wow, God, why did I eat so much of this as a kid? This is awful." When it holds up, you're like, "Oh, it's pretty good."
Well, when it holds up, but even I'm talking
But you're
about
never
this
going
is
to agree
somebody
with like
else's-
another family's.
Yeah, their family recipe, their mom's sauce. And again, I'm not saying it's bad sauce, but it's not as good as they're building their mom up. They're saying the sauce is the best because they love their mom. I think their mom's just fine. So I'm not gonna lie about how good her sauce is. It's okay sauce.
Yeah. Plus, mom can be pouring the sauce out of a jar when nobody's looking.
Right.
And
Which
then
is not bad sauce. Let's
Right.
be honest. They do a good job with that out of the jar sauce. And when people were like, "Oh, it's better if you make it homemade," if you're really, really, really good at making sauce, it is. But a lot of times it's really watery and it sucks.
Hey, do you
He's
like
had some bad sauce.
I've had some bad sauce.
Do you like my mom's sauce? Well, it's really watery and it sucks. And I don't know how you don't know that. I know it's your mom. She's a lovely woman. But leave the sauce to the sauce professionals.
Prego.
I assume, grazie. I assume that is a thing. Sauce professionals. I think our buddy Steve Schmoller is a food scientist. These people know things. They're like Indiana Jones out there they're whipping foods out of trees and they're getting chased by giant boulders trying to get a tiny little herb. It's in the Amazon jungle. They're risking life and limb to make things taste amazing. I ain't eating your homemade peanut butter cups. Stop it. Stop. Why do I have to tell you this? Stop.
I'll take Justin's over your homemade. I don't like the homemade peanut butter cups are never, the ratio's never right. The chocolate's always too sweet. And then, yeah, so even a Justin's peanut butter cup.
What is that?
That's like the healthier ones that you get at.
I don't like peanut butter and chocolate together.
Well, we're
Those are like the
excluding you.
two-
We're excluding you from this.
I like them both separately, but for whatever reason, together, I can't do it. I don't know if it's too much. I don't know. It's just like, I think they take away from each other for me instead of enhancing one another.
I think you were traumatized by a guy named Reese.
Well, I only know one Reese.
Is he a piece of crap?
He's kind of like an F-boy.
Okay.
Well, then you associate peanut butter cups with F-boys,
I
which
don't
I would think
think
would make
so.
you enjoy them
I like
a great deal.
Reese's Pieces, big fan.
Yeah, those
But
are
those
good.
are just peanut butter flavored. There's no
right?
chocolate in there.
Well, we all started eating those when E.T. came out.
Yeah.
People reminding me when I gave Erica a hard time years ago, she was making her own peanut butter. That has re-aired occasionally on the Some Of show, too. Listen, it's fine, but again, I'm a guy who grew up eating natural peanut butter, which is where all the oil separates to the top, and you got to stir it every single time. So, that it didn't endear me to making my own food. But it just seemed to be a lot of setup for very little delivery. When you're buying all this, I see doing it one time. I can understand doing it one time. Somebody goes, I'm going to get all this stuff, and I'm going to make these, and I'm going to see if I like them just enough to maybe do it again. Is Bill saying that sauce is the wrong amount of wet?
That is exactly
Yes.
what I'm saying. Wrong amount of wet.
Look at that cat. Holy cow. That's one cool dude.
I hope that dude competes in the Metallica contest.
Right.
He's just here really scoping it out.
70-year-old black guy just rips it apart.
Alan, I saw a Believe decoration while I was shopping this week, and I used to think of Santa. Now I think of Mary's dumb bickering about it.
We weren't bickering.
We weren't bickering.
No, I just thought it was a Jesus thing, and he said it was a magic of Christmas thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I had to help Grandma get a new tree because the first tree that she got was too dead, and it was like shedding needles. So she went.
I like the concept of too dead.
It was too dead. It was.
I like it recently deceased.
It was dry and it was shedding needles like crazy and had a bunch of bare spots. So she took that one back to where her sister had gotten it from and got a refund, which made her very happy. And then she went to a Christmas tree farm.
Do you mean a tree fund?
Yes, a tree fund. Very good. And she got this, and she went by herself, and she got the biggest tree.
She's got to haul it up to the 10th floor.
Well, no, she doesn't. I do.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
She's like, Bill, like she couldn't get her Jeep door closed, so like they just had it tied down. And then I'm looking at this thing. I'm like, Grandma, this thing is gigantic, because it was taking up the whole place where her tree goes without having the net off it.
Right.
And then we got it set, and then it's like slowly like getting wider and wider. Like it's but it's just like real, but it's so gradual that like as it's like settling in, it is taking up an entire corner of her house.
How did she? Is this what she wanted?
She kept going on. She's like, see, this is why you can't do things by yourself, because you don't have a second opinion. And I didn't know. I just wanted to make sure it was really full and nice. And it smelled good. But it was hitting the ceiling. It was.
And to chop the top of the tree
I had
off?
to break the top of it off because there was no room to even put a star on it. And it's just so gigantically wide. So it's she'll make do with it, because I'm not putting up another tree. I've already done one. This is the second one. That's all the trees she's getting, and
she's gonna have
live
to
with it.
She's gonna have to literally trim her tree.
Yeah, it's gigantic.
Wow. Does she have people over, or is this just for her own decoration? Like,
yeah, she'll have. I mean, she's got a ton of grandkids and great grandkids.
Okay.
So they'll all come over around the holidays, and especially like for the great grandkids, they're all pretty young. I think the oldest one's 5 or 6. So she gets into Christmas for them, but she actually doesn't like Christmas at all.
Oh,
she doesn't believe in God. She's just doing it for the kids, basically.
Yeah.
And she also likes to completely remind me of that. She's like, I just don't have the Christmas spirit, Bill. I'm doing this for the grands. I just want to make sure that they have a nice festive Christmas.
Well, that's nice.
And it is,
but
it's hilarious how she's just like, I'm like, well, it seems like you are doing it for the right reasons, but let's work on that Christmas spirit a little bit. And she's like, because it's just, I hate the shopping and spending all the money.
That all sucks.
Yeah.
Nobody likes that. Yeah. But what I've discovered
she doesn't understand that her distaste for all that is what puts me in the Christmas spirit, because I think it's so funny.
That makes you happy.
Yeah. Listening to Grandma complain for whatever reason cracks me up.
Yeah.
Because it's just, she's so adorable about it.
That's your holiday spirit.
Yes. It wouldn't be Christmas without it.
What I've done, I finally got the lights on our house yesterday, which is a very daunting task. It's not easy. Takes a bit of time. What I've decided to do is, I've done this the last couple of years, is when I take them off the house at the end of the holiday season, I throw them all away. I just rebuy lights every year. And it's so much easier than trying to figure out why this one doesn't light up. This one does. Yeah. I throw them all away.
It's not like
I take them down.
Expensive.
But we got the tree up and the lights and the thing. What I've decided or come to realize is I really like the Christmas motif. I really like the twinkly lights and the candles and the smells and that stuff's great.
Yeah.
All the other stuff sucks.
Christmas is one of those things, because I don't think any of us are all that religious on the show. I'm definitely not.
No.
But man, do I love Christmas. And when people don't love it, I'm like, what's like, I went to the tree lighting ceremony
because it's so
in
closely
Lakewood.
Associated with religion in this country.
Right.
You go to other countries,
but it is a religious holiday.
It was.
It was a pagan holiday.
We've stolen it.
Yes.
Oh my God, it still is a religious
No,
holiday. It's
Jesus.
Christmas.
Go to Europe and it's all Father Christmas. It's a delight. It's just the best.
Jesus was born in July or some crap.
Yes.
It's not,
Whatever.
no
I'm not going to hear from you heathens. It's a
Tell him.
Christian
Get
holiday.
him.
He didn't even die for my sins. They're too weird. He didn't even think of them. He couldn't even think of the sins that I was going to do.
That's why it was a broad array. Is it all of them? All of your sins.
Nah,
All seeing, all knowing, he's omnipotent. Just couldn't foresee Bill Squire's.
Yeah. He didn't know that we were going to download porn on Kazaa and ruin our family computer. Come on.
Of course he did.
He
As
didn't
long
know
as you
that.
don't kill yourself, you're forgiven.
I am killing myself slowly with food.
And you don't care about Christmas, Poundcake.
I do care about Christmas.
No, you don't.
What makes you think I don't care about Christmas?
Why would you?
Because I do.
What? That's not an answer. Why would you?
But I do care about Christmas. Besides the fact
But
that
not in any
it's-
religious sense.
I mean, just because I don't go to church doesn't mean I'm not. I guess I'm not religious. I'm more spiritual.
Oh, my God.
I am a Christ follower. I'm sick of you.
Yeah,
and it is a religious holiday.
That's fine.
Stop taking Christ out of Christmas.
Oh,
right,
God.
well.
Xmas all day long.
There's also
Reason
the
for
guy
the
that
season.
said there's 30 days of Christmas last week.
Did I say that? I don't remember
On
saying
the
that.
30th day of
'Cause
Christmas.
You said, I can't remember what it was, but you said 30 is something.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Well, Jesus Christ is his favorite cadaver.
He's a cadaver no more. He
No
was
one can
born
find
again.
him.
More of an
Exactly.
Easter thing, but
Yeah.
still.
He moved that big ass rock, and no one can find him. So I don't want to hear it.
Nobody could find. Yeah, nobody saw him ever after that. Nobody could find him. I got to take a break. I'll have Babylon is a film that's going to be opening. It's got Brad Pitt, it's got Margot Robbie. And we're going to do an advanced screening of it. A lot of talk around this movie. So if you want to see that film, we're going to do a screening on, you get passes to see it. Okay, well, it's out a couple days before Christmas. So we'll do that coming back. If you want to get to the movies, 35192 if you want to text.
This is the Alan Cox Show. Everywhere on our